Hey, I'm Hailey.
And I'm Jessi.
And you're listening to
Personality Hire, the podcast where I heard from a reliable source that on Spirit Airlines, you can buy ramen noodles and hot dogs in flight. Have you ever heard that?
No, but aren't they going bankrupt?
I don't know that part, but I personally have this is a fun fact, not fun fact about me. I do not like it when people buy airport food and then bring it onto an airplane.
Yeah.
That is not for me. I don't really want to be smelling your lunch in that close of a proximity.
No,
like
your Jimmy John's?
in my tin can in the sky. Like I'm good on that. But someone close to me told me that Spirit, everything you purchase, like water for purchase, like everything, you got to whip out your credit card. They told me that in this flight, you could get a bowl of ramen. You could
That's dangerous. It's hot.
A hot dog. And that is my personal nightmare.
To smell like the county fair or a college dorm room on flight.
Or just like, a food hall. Like, no thanks. I like a dorm room. Like you were in your just a dorm room food. So that was disturbing to me. I didn't know if you'd heard anything about that.
I had not heard that. But I'm not down with it.
Yeah.
I agree.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I don't believe it. Based on the LOL you did before.
It's the week before Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler.
For Quismois.
Quiz. Have you seen the interview where they're like, okay, is it Christmas or Quismas?
And if you don't,
and she goes, Quismas.
If you don't know,
oh, I heard it.
I know some people might not know this kind of like very specific cultural reference.
If you're listening to this pod,
but the singer is Camila Cabello. And she did a holiday record where it was like, I'll be home for Christmas. But on the actual song, it sounds like she goes, I'll be home for Quismois.
She's singing in cursive.
And it sounds like Christmas starts with a Q. And that there's like 4 different I's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the Quismois has a je ne sais quoi to it that she put like a little of her own little special sauce on it.
Yeah.
And so then they did an interview. Someone asked her, is it Christmas or are you actually saying Quismois? And she looked at them so earnestly and she was like, I do not hear what you're hearing. It is definitely Christmas. And I was just singing it. I was just singing the word Christmas. So bless her heart.
But then she repeated it. She goes, oh, okay. Like she did.
She heard that she said Quismois.
I think she like gaslit herself. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Like she definitely had a moment where she was like, I did. Okay. Like she was being proven
that she said it.
She said Quismo.
But are you feeling the Quismois spirit? The heat? Is the heat on?
The heat is on.
Uh-huh.
The heat is blaring.
Yeah.
I just have a lot going on this week where I'm not able to get anything done. So like everything's packed in on one day and then I'm going home on Friday, which is very exciting. Going home to see my family. I can't wait. My nephews are going to be there. I'm going to bite them. I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are worried when I said that, you don't get it.
Cute
like,
aggression.
It just means cute aggression.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to bite them. I have not bit them in ages, and I can't wait to take a good chunk out of each of them. I'm excited, but I just like have to like literally nose down.
You got to dial in. You got to dial in
this week.
Yeah.
What about you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like I'm ready for the holidays. I feel like this year, this has never been a faster December for me in terms of the amount of stuff that I packed into it, but I feel ready. I feel excited for Christmas this year, which is a new feeling. Honestly, I was a big Christmas person growing up, and then I took a little hiatus where I was like, Quismois sucks. But now I'm back. I'm back in the saddle. I can't stop buying things for the people around me, for myself, for Scooby-Doo, my daughter. Yesterday, I blacked out, and she's not going to listen to this, so I am going to tell you. And if you know Scooby-Doo, don't you dare say a word.
Don't tell her.
But I blacked out, and I bought her a 5-foot-tall tie-dye teddy bear. Because the reason being,
I love this for her.
We went to see Santa Claus this past weekend. And also, by the by, this Santa Claus, we saw him last year. He is hella cool. He's like a biker daddy Santa Claus.
Okay.
And he wears a cool pinky ring, like a signet pinky ring. And he just has like major Harley Davidson vibes.
But this isn't sexy Santa from last year.
He's not sexy Santa. This is Harley Davidson still a daddy, Santa.
Yeah.
Not package daddies, which, by the way, the package daddies that have been coming to my house, same as last year, and giving me my packages, like.
You're still saying they're hot fire flame. I never see the people
can't beat it. Can't
my things.
Beat it. And if you can't beat them, you got to join them, you know? But anyway, all that to say, we saw the same Santa Claus, and she was sitting in his lap, and I'm trying to listen in on the conversation, obviously, to make sure that like the Christmas magic will be magical.
Delivered.
And she is talking kind of softly. I do hear one thing she says that she wants, which is great. I already have that. And then she says something else, and it's sort of like muffled and also like obviously a secret between her and Santa. And I'm like, cute, but also damn, because I need to know that information.
Yeah.
So she hops off his lap, and I grab her. I'm like, that was so cool. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, well, what'd you say at the end? And she says, it's a secret.
No.
She said it was a secret between her and Santa.
You go up to Santa and say, listen, let me sit on his lap.
At that point, I said, you know what? I'm just going to let's give it a minute to see if she was going to tell me, because the girl can't keep a secret from anyone, including herself. So I said, hey, no, really, what'd you say? And she's like, well, I told him I wanted a special secret surprise stuffed animal. And I said, okay, so you want Santa to do the surprising? And she said, yeah, I don't want to know what it is. And so in my head,
you're in the clear.
Right. And in my head,
that is a special secret surprise.
It is. And
that is. She would never think to even ask for that.
No.
Wow.
And so I said, I got on the internet and I said, I feel like this feels right.
I think
5
you're right.
foot tall. And then I told a friend, and they immediately said, where is that going to go? And I said,
the playroom.
I hadn't thought about that. But also maybe in the living room.
Maybe. It could be a chair.
I like it. So that's how I'm doing.
Rosie's going to love it.
She's going to love it.
Rosie Cupcake.
The sheepadoodle dog that lives with me. She's going to love it.
She's going to love it.
Also, another thing I want to say that's dog related.
Yeah.
I know that Mama, Hailey's dog, has been having some tummy issues. We're trying to sort out some tummy things. Let me talk about Rosie Cupcake for 5 seconds, because this dog has a taste for socks.
Oh, no.
And she be eating the socks, and she goes after him. She sniffs him out. She can find him in the dirty laundry. She can find him. I've just started to like make sure there's no socks around, but she eats the socks, and then they got to come out one way or the other. And I do mean one way or the other.
Yeah.
And that has been something that we've been dealing with. Last night,
I grew up with Brittany Spaniels. They did the same thing.
Yeah.
I had one dog that liked to find underwear.
Yeah.
Underpants.
So that's something that we're struggling with. And I'm not really asking for advice, because I know the advice, which is like, pick up your dirty socks, you heathen. And I'm doing that, but just know,
when you have like a little kid, that's kind of hard.
I've never really had like
socks go flying.
A dog as like an adult person. So
Yeah.
this is my first, experience. And it never crossed my mind that your dog will be eating your Bombas. That I didn't know.
Those are thick socks too. They're sturdy.
They're Quismois socks.
They are. I would be in deep doo-doo if Mama wanted to ever actually eat things. She just wants food.
Mm-hmm.
So she will go to great lengths. Like one of the babies that I have in my life, I bought them cars because they're really into cars right now. And she got naughty one day, and she knows how to open presents, by the way. She opened the present and she started opening up the box, and she realized, oh, these are Matchbox cars. This is not a stuffed animal for me.
Oh.
So luckily, and so this is the first time she's ever opened a present that was
Wait, are you talking about Mama?
Mama, my dog. My German Shepherd,
Wow.
she knows how to open presents. We taught her. We give her.
Oh, you taught her. Okay, got it. It's a skill. Understood. Got it.
It's a skill.
I thought that
I
this
don't know if
dog.
we taught her. One day I just wrapped her present. I was like, should I open it? I was like, let's see if I can squeak it from within. So I squeaked it from within, which if you're
Right.
watching on YouTube, you're welcome for that.
Yeah.
But I squeaked it from within, and she was like, oh, I know what's in there. So she opens up the
Got
paper.
it. Understood
She doesn't
now.
eat it. She
Okay.
like spits it out.
Uh-huh.
So I think not yesterday, this was a few days ago, she just got a little curious, and she was like, is this for me? And I'm like, nothing for you is ever in a box. So no, I just wrapped the stuffed animal.
Yeah. But she needed to see.
She needed to see. And so one child this Christmas is getting a bite taken out of their box, which they
Matchbox
don't
cars.
care. Yeah. They don't even know what's up from down. They're just going to see the car and go, tar.
Yeah.
They're going to be excited.
They're going to be excited.
So I'm excited for them to have those tars. But
Right.
I'd be in deep doo-doo.
Yeah.
Because her stomach is not okay.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're
okay.
figuring it out.
It's great. Everything's
Farmer's
great.
Dog, if you would like to sponsor us, I would love to put an ad in right here. But I can't do that because I just don't know if your product's good or not.
We'd love
to find
to try it. This Quismois.
Try it out. The Farmer's Dog.
This Quismois. I also have been listening to a lot of Christmas hits. I've been doing, the Christmas classics with the Christmas pop, with the Christmas hits playlists, and I feel ready. This weekend, I'm going to the zoo. They're doing like an Illuminates thing. I'm doing that. I already did the Christmas lights at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, which if you've never been, it's truly stunning. I believe I have heard that it's the largest curtain light display in the world. In America.
Oh.
In America. Let's just go in the continental U.S.
It's a big one.
But we did that already. Saw Santa, check. I'm going to see a play, a Christmas play, check. Going to see the Frozen play this coming
I have
weekend.
A friend in that.
Check.
Okay, cool.
We're going to do that. So I don't think I can fit anything else into my busy
I think you're good.
holiday schedule.
Can I say something to the general public?
It depends.
Something's going to change next year for me because I'm hearing what you're doing, and that's like what I would like to spend my Christmas month on. Going to events, seeing lights. Instead, it's been going, and please still invite me, but like, I don't know if I can go to every Christmas event that I'm invited to next year.
I fully believe that Christmas events, all the Christmas events that I'm telling you have started at around 4 p.m. and they end around 8 p.m. And that is good for me. But I'm sure the things that you're invited to start at 7 p.m. and end at 2 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like people having Christmas parties, which I love. There's also like work Christmas parties because J-Dog is a corporate baddie. And so we went to his, which was very fun. We had a good time. However, we limited ourselves to one event per day, but every night for the past 3 weekends, Friday, Saturday, and on a Sunday, we had Christmas events that people were hosting. And next year, I don't want you upset if I have to turn yours down. I love you big time, but I got to see the lights at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
Because also I'm having to bring things, food, gifts to these parties. I'm broke as a joke. I want J-Dog to spend however much it costs.
Run that back.
Run that back. I'm not spending.
Correct. Yeah.
I want J-Dog to spend blank amount on Botanical Gardens tickets. I don't know how much the tickets cost because J-Dog pays for those.
Got it. Yeah.
Not H-Dog. H-Dog sits back and takes a shower. She just shows up showered.
You want somebody to make holiday memories with and for you. And by for, I mean Quismois money.
Quismois. Which, and it is my fault because J-Dog did say, he was like, we don't have to go to all these things. I was like, no, we do.
That's excellent advice. You don't.
And guess what? We did. And now look at me.
She's run ragged.
I run ragged.
She's run ragged.
And I got to get the spirit back up because I'm about to see these 2 little nephews. And J-Dog's coming home. He's coming home to meet the fam.
Okay, love it.
I got to get the spirits back up.
You got to get the spirit back up. So I wanted to ask, I thought this could be an interesting thing for today.
Yeah.
Like, what holiday traditions do you have that you're like excited to show J-Dog?
Ooh, okay. So we have this thing, speaking of light shows, we have this thing called, oh my gosh, I forgot what it was called as soon as I had to say it. It's the lights at the shrine, but it's called something. Our Lady of the Snows of the Shrine. It's a Catholic
Our Lady
place.
Peace.
Yes, it's a Catholic place.
Our Lady Peace feels right. I know that's a band, but let's call the lights Our Lady Peace.
We always say, let's go see the lights at the shrine. It's called the Shrine. But I'm from St. Louis, by the way, everybody. So this is back in St. Louis. We are going to go, and it is a huge lights display. At one point, it was the biggest. It's not anymore, I don't think. But it is a beautiful drive-through Christmas story. It's really easy. When we were little, you could ride camels. Now that is not very cool.
Not cool.
And we know that now. I'm sorry to the camel I rode when I was 6, but
I mean, honestly, there's some places, especially in Georgia too, that have camels as like a part of their like livestock action.
right.
So, they also still use camels at the Radio City Music Hall at the Rockettes Christmas Spectacular. So I don't think you need to apologize for riding one.
Okay. Well, there's a photo probably circulating.
We'll find it.
And I just don't want to get peed on me.
No.
Anyway, I'm excited to do that. I'm also excited just for him to see the fam.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of the Christmas tradition we have, is like hanging out. He's not going to be there for Christmas. So a lot of our real Christmas stuff happens on Christmas. And Christmas Eve. Really, Christmas Eve is a big one.
Yeah.
For us. But I would say, I'm just excited for him. I hope it snows. It snowed on Thanksgiving. So I hope he gets to see snow. And I am excited for him to meet my childhood bestie, Brittany, Meathead. Her husband, Greg, who's also one of my childhood besties. My other friends, Mary. I don't know if he's going to...
Joseph?
Yeah, Mary and Joseph.
The Wiseman?
Yeah, the Wiseman, the 3 Wisemen. I'm excited for that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited to
bring him into the fold.
Yeah. Fold him in. Fold him into the recipes. See what happens. Because if it doesn't go well, guess what? J-Dog's on the chopping block.
He's gonna
getting dumperooskied.
He's gonna have a council meeting about him.
He's going into the new year single.
So
if it doesn't go well.
Shaking in his Quismois boots right now.
As he should be.
We also, my tradition that I guess I thought it was more unique growing up, but now the more I talk to people about it, it's not. We also are mostly a Christmas Eve family. Yeah. And that's because my mom was born in Germany. She was a military baby and a few years there, and then she came back to the States. But in Germany, Christmas Eve is the thing. It is it. Yeah. It is it. And so they kind of adopted that tradition. So we do big Christmas Eve. We go to a restaurant. We have a little party with my family, and we exchange our gifts on Christmas Eve. So all the gifts were Christmas Eve. That's what you did, because the next day there's not going to be enough room for those gifts because Santa's coming, obviously. So that's a big one that we did. And then I think too, just being able to go to dinner with my family, it's a big Christmas Eve tradition.
Yeah.
And
we do that too. It's really special.
Yeah. We make cookies for Santa. We do that on Christmas Eve. I think this year we'll do it around that time too. We gotta make the sugar cookies. So just little things like that. I think too, the traditions of sometimes people give you the same things every year. I know my dad, I know what he's going to give me. He's going to give me some slippers. This man's going to give me some sort of a gadget in my stocking. And this man is going to give me a Hershey's cookies and cream bar. You know what I mean? That's all of our traditions.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the other thing that I think is interesting in terms of traditions, I'll ask you first. Did Santa Claus wrap your presents?
No.
Right. Because how would he have the time?
He doesn't have time. He pulls it out of the sack.
What are you kidding?
Have you ever seen the Santa Claus?
Are you kidding me?
Wait, does Santa wrap?
Oh, yeah.
As we got older, my dad would be like, from Santa.
Sure. But I'm talking about, you're a kid. You're a kid. There is a big divide here. You're either someone who wraps Santa presents or you're someone who doesn't. And I didn't. My family did not.
You don't wrap them.
Well, how would he have the time? Literally, he is hustling all night long. He's putting that shit in a sack, and then he is coming down your chimney, and he's getting it out. He's divvying out your stuff, and then he's back up the chimney in the sleigh onto the next. This man and his elves, no. And then that offends some people, though.
What?
People are
How can you be offended?
Because some people say, no, Santa wrapped every gift. And what I've heard a lot is that Santa has his own special wrapping paper that's different than other people's wrapping paper. So that's how you know they're Santa presents.
What if you see it at Walmart though?
I don't know.
Or the Home Goods.
But he didn't wrap ours either.
No, yeah, we didn't wrap ours. And I'm wondering actually, Groot, I know you're listening. What are we doing about Santa gifts for the nephews this year? Because Luke is going to know what Santa gifts are. So what are we doing?
Your Santa's coming.
So and we're not wrapping those, right? Groot, what's happening?
I just want everyone to know that I think that
I'll have a conference call.
I think that it's fundamentally wrong to wrap your Santa presents. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
She's not a Christian.
That's my opinion.
I have a question about your mom.
Yes.
Spiritually.
Spiritually. Okay. Let me see. Mom, if you can hear us, actually don't do shit, Mom. I'm scared of everything. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
You can be here, but just don't tell me.
Just don't tell me.
She's always here.
Yeah.
Okay. My question is, what do we do about the elf on the shelf thing? Because I don't want to do that.
Here's something. One of my very close friends recently threatened me with this, and there's not been a threat that has hit me harder than this one. She said, if you don't do blank, it was a silly blank, but I'm going to say the blank. If you don't do blank, I'm going to tell Scooby-Doo about what Elf on the Shelf is, because I have not told her what it is. All of her kids at school know what it is, and all the mommy chats that I'm a part of, all my mom friends, and I've got like a really good group of them this year for sure. They're all out there racking their little noodles trying to figure out what to do with this elf. Their kids are obsessed with it. They're putting on these elaborate kind of every night.
So are you doing it?
No.
Okay, so then what happens? Does Scooby like come home and
she hasn't said a word about it.
Okay, good.
Because I guess maybe she doesn't know what it is. So even if the kids are talking about it at school,
she's not.
And I mean, if she comes home and she's like, Mom, I've heard about this elf. Am I getting an elf? I'll be like, yeah, of course. But until she says that, because I really have seen.
You guys, I don't want to do it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like nowhere near having a child, but I'm even like, I don't know what to say, but I had to help someone hide an elf on the shelf.
Yeah.
And this week, and they're very young, so like it was an easy task.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Like you just put it in a different place.
The older they get, the more kind of like creative and silly they get.
Like do all the things.
The mischief.
Set like a stage, set a scene, and tell a story. And it's not funny. I've got school. All of that. Like
I remember that, and I love that.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
I've got school.
I've got school.
That was all because of an elf.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to do that. And I don't know. Like
we haven't entered that territory yet, but I don't want to seem like
that like won't do it because they literally they're just not there. So like that's not fair to those kids. But like obviously you can't treat. I don't know. Just Christmas is a scary time.
I'm all about Christmas magic. I am, and I love it, and I try to do quite literally everything I can to make Christmas magical for my daughter. Like it's currently my full-time job, and I'm not kidding about that. Like I try to do absolutely everything I can. I'm not going to be a miser about this thing if she wants it, but right now I will say it is one less thing I have to do, and by God, I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah.
Because some people, I've been seeing some of the images that the moms have been sending into the mom group text that I'm friends with, and they are they're the Picasso. They're Van Gogh of Elf on the Shelf.
They are claymation. They're animated series.
There's the Steven Spielbergs of our generation, because they're putting together these
scenes,
scenarios.
I've seen it all over.
It's crazy.
I just can't.
I saw one today where their little elf toilet papered the Christmas tree. Like, hats off, brava. That is amazing. It really is. I don't honestly, I think every night I would just put the elf, I don't know what I would do. I think I'd put it in the freezer every night and be like, Burr, he's frozen solid.
So he can't move.
He did it again. Christmas. Yeah, he's frozen solid. He did it again. He loves it in there.
He can't let it go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a good idea actually. So free tip out there for anyone who's glued to an elf, put him in the freezer.
Put him in the freezer, and then
he's there all month.
He's there all month because he's frozen solid.
And maybe he's like sitting on a different frozen package every night.
Yeah,
I don't know. Dip him in water and actually freeze him. That could be funny.
Do you have like a favorite Christmas movie that you watch every year?
The Holiday, which is not necessarily a Christmas movie.
I've never seen that. Is that got a British person? Is that Jude Law in it?
Yes, and Kate Winslet.
Oh,
Cameron Diaz.
Her. Okay.
It's so good, and Jack Black. This movie is so good. You will love it. It is so sweet. And you'll really like it because there are just so many parts. I've watched it every year since it's come out. Me and Brittany Meathead at home, we always we'll be like, the holiday's on. Like, we'll send pictures of you when we watch it. Like, that's how much we love this movie. It's just so sweet. It's not necessarily a Christmas movie as much as it is what it's like being an adult during the holidays, and or being single during the holidays, and or I think this came out when I was in high school. I don't know, maybe college, but it's just good.
Yeah.
You just love them.
Yeah.
Like you love everybody in it. That's the thing. It's really fun. But Christmas movie, I feel so much pressure to say A Christmas Story because we watch it 24 hours of A Christmas Story.
You do? Okay, so what's your opinion on it? Like, that's a good thing to put on for 24 hours, or it's just like something that happens every year?
It comes in and out. It just comes in and out, and I'm fine with it being on. I actually will not watch the movie until Christmas Eve because I know it's going to be in and out, off and on all day.
Yeah.
But it's just a tradition. And obviously, like meatloaf, beetloaf, I hate meatloaf, beetloaf. Tastes like meatloaf. I hate meatloaf. I don't know. I actually love meatloaf, but that's what's his name in the movie?
Well, that's his little brother says that. And his name is
I can't put my arms down.
His little brother's name, I don't know. What's the main character's name?
I forgot both of them.
Johnny, Chrissy, Sammy.
No.
Again,
everybody's screaming.
Everyone's screaming. And last week or 2 weeks ago when I was like talking about it's Christmas, whether you said Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, and the other one it's Festivus. Okay, I know that it was Festivus.
We've
Mikey. His name is Mikey. Is that right? No,
Ralphie and Ralphie. Wow, Ralphie's the oldest.
Ralphie. There you go.
Ralphie.
There you go. Good job.
But I don't remember the little one.
I just know the one where he puts his tongue on the pole like a ding dong.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't.
Also, what a baby.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so painful though.
I think that movie is a little bit, I think that I don't know, that movie is just like, I guess it's very specific too because it's kind of like a period piece of like the 60s, you know?
The like 50s, right?
Really? I don't know.
Yes, and it was made in the 80s. Like finding that stuff out when I was a kid, I was like, whoa, because I really thought it was made in the 50s.
Yeah.
And they had like Little Orphan Annie and the Ovaltine commercials, all that. Yep. But I think J-Dog asked me this because he showed me, he has a drawer full of DVDs and Blu-rays. And I had never known. Vintage. And he was like, which one? He went and got us hot cocoa. And he was like, which one should we watch? And he pulled out a stack of Christmas movies in Blu-ray.
Wow.
And I got to pick from the lot. And you know which one I chose? Santa Claus.
That's good. With
the
Tim
first
Allen?
one with Tim Allen.
That's good.
I like that one because I like I like looking at their clothes in it. I like Chim Allen.
Chimney, chim cherie.
Tim Allen's job. I like that he's a toy maker. I like all the stuff. You know which movie I could do without?
I have a feeling you're going to say something controversial.
Kind of.
Okay, go ahead. Can I guess what you're going to say?
Yeah, I've already watched it twice this year.
Can we say it at the same time? On the count of 3?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Christmas
Elf.
Vacation.
Oh, okay. Oh. I thought you were going to say Elf.
You know what? I could do with. I like it. Okay. I like it. I know that some people actually hate it.
I like it.
I like it. I think.
You know why I like it so much? And this is something I say year round, and it's just so good. Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad. Like, get a grip. Are you kidding me? It's
there's
so good.
A lot of one-liners in that, which are really good. But that's a movie that I can watch once a year. Another movie I can watch once a year is Clark Griswold Christmas Family Vacation. I just get really frustrated at the in-laws in that movie. And it like, I don't have in-laws.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, I don't have in-laws. But I'm like, if my spouse's parents treated me the way whatever her name is, I forget her name, but her parents treat Clark like about the lights and all that other stuff and how he gets locked in the attic, like all these things. And then he's kind of gross too, because then he has
Chevy Chase.
Fantasies. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
He goes Christmas shopping for his wife and is flirting with the woman at the counter, and she's showing him her skivvies.
She's just trying to make a commission.
She's trying to make a sale.
She's trying to make a sale. And for that, I say, sometimes
Girl
you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Gaslight, gatekeep. I get it. She's trying to work.
She's trying to work.
There's a pay problem in America.
Get a grip.
Yeah, but Chevy Chase, what are you doing? Your son's right there, and then his son's like, Dad, and he's like, womp womp. And I think we just like, by doing that, I think we say it's okay for your dad to be a little scumbag.
Yeah,
a little nasty.
A
little nasty.
Different era, different types of humor.
This was in the 90s, right?
Different acceptable
early 90s
range of doo-doo humor. Yeah, I guess early 90s maybe. I don't know. What do I know?
that movie, there's just like several things where I'm like, I think I'm good on this.
Mm-hmm.
But if I watch bits and pieces of it throughout the season, year, no, but I'm okay with it. But if I have to watch the whole thing more than once, I'm gonna get mad.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
and I like that. You have a good variety. I like an old school movie here and there. I like White Christmas.
Which one's that?
But
is that the one?
It's got
teacher says
no. This
an
is
angel gets a bell rings. An angel.
no.
Gets
That's Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay.
White Christmas is. I say that with hesitancy because upon reviewing it last year, I thought I really liked that film. It's about two brothers, perhaps. No, two men who wind up buying a hotel in like snowy upstate New York or something like that. And then they have two sisters that come in like the 40s or something.
Okay, it's with Glenn. I know what movie you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
I like it a lot, but then there is a scene in that film that is just so unforgivable.
Yeah.
That was like one of my best movies, but I'd never seen it with that scene because they don't play it with this specific scene anymore because it's unforgivable.
Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
And so that was always my go-to answer. And now I recently saw the movie in its actual entirety, and I'm like, I don't think I can do it anymore. Obviously, I don't feel the same way about it. So I don't know what my favorite Christmas movie is. I think if I have to go with any of them, it's going to be like the claymation Rudolph vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Abominable Snowman.
Yeah.
At this point, I'll watch pretty much anything that my kid will sit down and watch for a minute while I can scroll on the internet.
There's been like a few new Christmas movies that have come out over the past few months, and I just like can't get behind any of them. There was this movie though called Nutcrackers. It still is. Ben Stiller, he EP'd it, and I knew like when I started watching it, I was like, oh, he had something to do with this because this is so
funny.
Like, no, it's so good. It's actually not funny at all.
Oh.
It's kind of sad, but it ends up being like a beautiful, beautiful story in the end. It's not a Christmas movie. So if you think you're going to sit down and watch a Christmas feel good, you're not. You feel good the last scene, but like throughout, you're like, like your heart hurts. But it's a very good movie, very well written, very well acted. No notes, except not a Christmas movie.
I have an idea for a Christmas movie, and it's about the game of White Elephant and how that game just needs to...
I hate it.
We play it. That's another tradition. Every Christmas Eve, we do White Elephant with my family. And every year I try so hard to give a decent gift.
And no one else does.
And no one else does. And this year I saw someone give a rotisserie chicken as a white elephant gift. And you know what? I said, maybe that'll be me this year, because I know for sure that my dad's going to give me some sort of a potty fishing game where you can practice your fishing while you sit on the toilet. Like, that's the level that we're talking. And I just feel like we need to do a whole movie about that. Like, just about...
You're so right.
What
wow.
that like, why are we doing that to ourselves still?
Why?
I much prefer the draw a name and get a great gift for that one specific person.
Okay, that's a lot. Well, yeah, because then you can be intentional and you can actually get them like something
they're going to care about. Yeah.
Just letting you know, you're wasting your money on White Elephant, and you're wasting your time, and you're wasting, I don't know, like I don't like buying like crud.
I will say one caveat to that is, unless there is a overall like theme to the White Elephant.
Yes.
Like I did one
like
recently
candles.
Where the theme was like your favorite things, like, which leans to beauty stuff.
Yes.
So everybody did like you bring your favorite beauty product.
That way no one loses.
And then also you get to try new things.
Right.
But just this random white elephant where, again, I just know I'm going to get something from outer space, and I'm going to be here talking about it in the new year.
Yep.
And then you know who I'm going to do it? I'm going to put it on Mercari. I'm going to put it on Depop. I'm going to put it on Poshmark.
Can you even?
And see who might want it. I don't know.
Who bites?
I'm gonna get a big Billy mouth, big mouth bass, Billy. You know, that talking fish.
I think people would actually buy that.
I might keep
Billy
that.
Bass. I one year did that, and I regret it to this day. I got this cool from TJ Maxx, because you know sometimes during Christmas they have really good tech gifts like speakers, stuff like that. a Crosby, like old fashioned vintage. It looks like your Marshall.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a Crosby one, which is a good, like, they're pretty good. Like, those things work. I have some other, like, items from Crosby. Anyway, cute as heck. Speaker. Vintage looking. It was within the price range and everything. You wrap all your stuff, right? And we go around. You know what I get? A blanket that's pizza. Like, it's shaped like a pizza.
No. Was this White Elephant or somebody bought that? Oh, okay.
Someone else got your coffee Keurig cups. Another person got a bottle of Kahlua. Another person got a taco blanket. Another person got, like, I was like, what? You guys all hate everybody. You shopped in your garage.
Yeah,
but we had a price limit. And I got you a Crosby speaker that was so cool. And I want it.
And I got stuffed crust.
Yes. I think when that happens, when someone gives the good gift and everybody else gives like junk, you have to give that person the option to get theirs back. But we don't do that because it's a White Elephant.
I will say, if you are going to play White Elephant this holiday season, my hot tip for you would be to find a partner. Find someone who is your alliance within the White Elephant circle and go, listen up. If I get crap or if you get crap or whatever's happening, you're going to steal this. I'm going to steal that. We're going to go home with these two things. Keep your eye on the prize. Find a partner. Find an alliance.
That's actually
it's like
really
Survivor.
Smart.
Okay. Find your alliance. And then at the end, if you have to screw them to get what you want, that's that. That's up to you, but find an alliance. That's what I will say.
Yeah. Because White Elephant, you're totally right on that. It is not it. It is not it at all.
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
I think this year, I don't know. Wait, I wanted to say something holiday-ish. I can't remember. I know for my husband, we're just doing stockings, but I mean, his is full to the brim. So the other thing that I asked for in my stocking for my husband is he was like, give me some ideas. And I'm very
so bad about this,
well,
guys.
I'm like, listen, I gave you some ideas, but also look at me, know me, feel me, look at my heart, know my heart, know my spirit, and then shop for me. I'm not going to be just sending you random links to things that's not who I am. Right. But the one thing I did say, I was like, I would love some new Pilates socks because Rosie, my dog, has been eating them. So I know I need new Pilates socks, but I'm like, just think about me, think about what you know about me, what scares you about me. And then
so right.
And then get me a gift, put my little stocking together. I got him some good stuff this year, some really good stuff.
You're good at gift giving.
I got him some really good stuff.
I feel like he's hard to shop for because he when he wants something, he's like, I'm just gonna go do it.
My man's a consumer, okay?
He's a consumer.
He is a consumer.
Which I totally relate.
Do you have an Instagram ad? He's seen it and he's bought it. Do you have a podcast ad?
He teaches me everything I know about anything.
If you have a podcast ad, he's heard it and he's also bought it. He has the promo codes.
Yeah.
He's a consumer, so he is hard and difficult to buy for.
Yeah.
But I think I nailed it this year.
I'm excited.
I think I nailed it.
I'm gonna have to ask you what you got him.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I did a great job. Are you done with your shopping for the most part?
Groot listens to this, so I'm not done. But for the most part, yes. I actually need to do some stuff today, and then I'm using Thursday as well to do some stuff.
Yeah.
I have to be so thrifty because of how tight my bank account is. So last year I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson last year. You know what happened with the drawing situation. Art is really the way I like to go. So I did do some art this year for people, but I am buying a lot for babies. Yeah. So I got all of them done real easy and quick. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. A few other things, but it's easier to buy for people who I'm around more, Yeah. 'Cause I'm I know exactly what to get you. I've been thinking about it for 6 months. But when I'm not around family for half the year, I'm so much pressure.
Yeah, yeah. And then you Google what to buy for your mother-in-law, and Google says, here's the same we told you to buy her last year, biatch. Why don't you put on your thinking cap?
Well, also when Christmas comes around, I don't know what I want. Because I'm this is the time to maybe repurchase some of the things that I already get. So I'm like, I guess I'll send them my face lotion.
I probably need, some grippy socks and a one-way ticket to BetterHelp.com. It's probably what I need, but I'm not going to ask for that.
No. What I need is
not going to do that.
New car.
Yeah.
Like splurgy things that I want that I can't buy myself. I also would never ask another person to buy those things.
Yeah, I don't need to ask. But that's, again, just going back to like, I'm not going to ask for anything. So just
do it.
Feel my spirit.
Just know me. And honestly,
figure it out.
Those are the best things. My dad's really good at that.
My
dad is a really good gift giver.
See that.
He really looks into someone's soul and he's like, this is what you need and this is what you want. And this is something you never get yourself. He's really good about it.
So nice.
He's very thoughtful.
I feel like, is there any other Christmas holiday tips we need to give before we start to sign off?
Okay, yes. I need your opinion on this. And I just want people to yell at either us or think about this themselves. I am a colored lights person. What about you? I have white lights on my tree, but that's because my tree is just strung with them. But if I had my way.
I have been curating my Christmas tree since about 2017, I will say. I've been curating my Christmas tree. I have a very specific look I'd like to go for. I like all silver ornaments in varying different types and styles and whatever. I have some that are sentimental. I have some that are just like little baubles that I bought. But they only really look good with white lights.
Yeah.
So, but I will say, if you have a tree that is mostly kid focused, this is going to sound bougie. It is what it is. I have 2 Christmas trees in my house. A
lot of people do.
One that's like a family one with all of our like sentimental ornaments. And then another
a fun one
is Scooby-Doo's.
Yeah.
And it's hers to put on all of her trash and treasures. And that, to me, that's a color light tree.
Yes. Okay.
That's my.
I like this. That's a good take on it. I feel like mine is just I had to get a certain tree because it's like the size that like looks good in my condo. And I wanted it in my front window.
Yeah.
But I put colorful bows on it last year.
Yeah, I saw that was cute.
And they just stayed on from last year. And I actually added more this year. But that just gives me the color that I need. But I really just want colored lights everywhere. I want them on my house. I want them everywhere. And I went through a stage where I just wanted white lights. And I think the colored lights are because of nostalgia.
I think they're very nostalgic.
Yeah.
I think too, where we only put up white lights on the house or on the tree, we also have a yard full of inflatables right now. So it's all about balance.
Yes.
You have to consider the whole family and where the magic is stemming from. And right now, mine is stemming from Poppy from Trolls, Olaf, Snoopy, and a gigantic inflatable that has Santa in his entire sleigh. And again, just got to balance it. Just
I
Christmas
love that.
Balance.
I think that's hilarious. So good. I have nothing else for the holidays except probably just if you're going home, find a nice closet to scream in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of friends be stressed out about that. So find a closet to scream in.
And my final parting thoughts for the holiday season for you getting through the rest is don't hold your tongue. Don't bite your lip. If someone says something to you at the holiday function that you don't like, let the Christmas spirit bubble up inside of you and then come out and tell them how you really feel, whether it be loving or putting them in their place. Because folks, that's the energy I'm taking into 2025.
Good for you. That's scary.
And with that,
the 2024 season comes to an end.
And also with that, I hope everyone who listens to this podcast knows I'm full of hot air. And half the things I say on here when I'm talking like a badass ain't true. But just
She's got a mic.
But I got a mic and I got a dream and a vision. And I just got to have an outlet. And unfortunately,
it's you.
That's you.
New hire.
Please rate, review, subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review. Please, please, please have a wonderful Christmas. Please, please, please treat yourself kindly. And with that, we will see you next Thursday.
Janine, take us home, sis.